I see what I have to do with Diddy there, I think. That works, I guess. I'll take it. It could have been a lot better, but I think I'll take it. Sub 40 would be possible though, but I take it. It was really awkward, but it's definitely a sparkling gold, which I'll accept. The problem is I could probably get like a better barrel grab. Where I actually don't lose my momentum and can continue rolling, because I saw that. It's just that I'm not sure how to execute it. Not sure if this is enough, but I think sub 50 is sparkling gold. It is! First try, actually. Wow, that was really weird. That was actually very close, I have to say. Please tell me this is enough. This is really awkward, but I hope it's enough. It's enough. Oh, I feel like a minute would have been the maximum. Oh, it's over. Bro, this took like over 40 minutes at this point, I feel like. But it's over. Man. What a painful level. Okay, that's good to know. That's how you do it. You have to grab the barrel mid-air, probably so that DK doesn't play his animation when he usually grabs a barrel on the ground. That is really intricate, but I gotta keep that in mind then. That would have also given me a slightly faster time in the Canopy Cannons level. But that actually explains it though. At least I'm vibing to the music in the meantime. I don't think there's anything else I really have to worry about now. The only thing I do have to worry about is actually jumping high enough to get the barrel in the first jump, I guess. And also this jump, which is really tight. There we go. That's gonna be a PB, and also obviously a sparkling gold, most likely. 41. And it works, perfect. It was really just that 1 second that screwed me over. Sure. I'll take it, I'll take it, I'll take it. Give me that. Oh! Is it sub 1? Ah, no. But I'll take it anyway. It's a sparkling gold. Bro! Get me out of this level. I'm definitely gonna use the replay on this one, bro. I do not want to do this again in like a real-time attempt, bro. Oh my god. Like, this was probably... I think in general I can probably say that this is gonna be the worst boss to fight. Well, it was the worst boss to fight because I think everything else either has like a much easier phase skip or in general is just much more comfortable to work with. Like, just thinking about stuff like World 2 and whatnot, it's gonna be much easier than this. It's actually insane how bad this was, bro. But I'm glad it's over. It's insane, like, the fact that you need 37 seconds or less for this boss fight is just so bad. But I did it after a lot of struggle. Anyway, I guess it's time to continue with World 2 now. With World 1 now fully complete and a lot of bigger struggles out of the way, we can now work on World 2, which should probably be a bit more comfortable, especially regarding the time attacks, but I guess we'll see about that once this episode is over and I guess the next one starts. For now, let's see what Poppin' Planks has for us in mirror mode. Which I think should be pretty comfortable. It's only going to be the time attacks that are going to give me a struggle here, at least from what I recall from this level. But I might as well enjoy this intro cutscene in mirror mode. Did Donkey Kong just clip through the rock, or am I imagining things? I might be. Okay, I definitely have to watch out for all these crabs here. And I guess I need to do this, because I think there is the K letter up here, right? Oh no, just a puzzle piece actually. Okay. There's the K. That was close. Yeah, the beach is definitely a nice aesthetic to have, especially with the sort of sandstone rocks you have going on everywhere. I'm not gonna worry about that because that's just for a puzzle piece anyway. I'm just gonna worry about finishing this level as quickly as possible, and I might as well still activate this even though it's mostly just for bananas, from what I recall. Yeah. Sure, I'll take it. Let's, I guess, just roll over here just because it's faster. I guess I have a little bit of a reason to just, like, speedrun through this as much as possible, because I don't really have much of an incentive to go for anything else. though the ore is gonna be fun to get. But even that was pretty comfortable, I have to say. All I can say is that this is gonna be very much fun in time attack. Especially this part here. Like, I would have to find a way to just, like, skip this entirely. But I guess I'm gonna worry about that once it's actually time for that. I just want to enjoy what this beautiful aesthetic has for us. Especially going on in the background, actually. I never really noticed that, like, with all the cliffs and whatnot. That's over there. It's just for another puzzle piece. Which I'm not gonna worry about. I'm just gonna worry about collecting the end and then moving forward with that. But yeah, it's definitely a nice view you have in the background. This one is gonna be painful. I can't even roll properly. But this will do. And now I can move my way up here, and that should probably be it for this level already, I would say. Really just depends on how much more there is to this, which I might have forgotten about. And also the G, I guess. Which I might have missed already? Oh no, there it is. That means we should be able to leave this level behind without any major issues, actually. And we even get the DK symbol. I was not expecting that. Sure. I just have to keep in mind that I have to keep this episode a little bit shorter just because of all the time attacks I have to pre-pen first. But I think I can make it work, regardless. Especially because I can basically just speedrun through the levels twice in a row now. Let's see how much better I perform in Sloppy Sands here. Shouldn't be too bad though. At least I'm keeping in mind now that I actually have to start the level in Mirrorbot and not just spam A now. But let's see how long that will last for. That actually works surprisingly well. Oh, was the K in here? No, just a bunch of coins. That was definitely very close. That's just another puzzle piece, which I'm not gonna worry about. Where's the K, though? Starting to get concerned about that. Oh, never mind. Nothing to worry about here. There's the chest I will need to take. Well, the barrel, rather. Let's take you and return to the foreground. But I'm actually surprised how well I'm performing, at least for now. It's probably gonna change for the worse soon. I probably have jinxed it with that. Yeah, that was definitely close. So let's not be too hasty, I suppose. But it seems to be very comfortable, actually. And we're almost at the end already. As easy as that. And I'm pretty sure the G is in there anyway. So I can probably just breeze through this here as well. Like that. Yeah, let me actually wait a cycle here. Before I do anything stupid. And that should do it for this part. Now I just have to make my way up here. But I love how you just enter this sort of sandstone cave here and just make your way up to the top. It's really nice looking, I have to say. The music also fits really well. I think just in general, I think I've mentioned it a few times, but I never really put it to like the full extent, but I really love the soundtrack this game has. Okay, that was just an empty chest. Like, a lot of it is just so well themed, but I think once we actually get to playing Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, there is a lot of soundtracks there as well, which are just really beautiful sounding, and I'm really excited to see where I can get from there. But for now, I should actually just focus on the game at hand right now. And I feel confident that we might be able to breeze through most of World 2 in this episode already. Depending on how well I perform from here on out. Starting, or well, continuing with Peaceful Pier. And it actually happened again. At least I guess a good thing I have going on with this is that I can just see whenever I have Diddy with me. To know that I can just restart, or that I have to restart the level actually. And then in mirror mode. And I guess obviously now I have to deal with this lag spike here again. But let's do it. The first rocket level in mirror mode actually. But nothing I have to really worry about. Nice little different music you have here at the start. Feels like a kind of variation of Sloppy Sands. Not Sloppy Sands. I guess it is Sloppy Sands. Whatever. This one should be a breeze to get through though, as long as I don't hit a random rock. And obviously I still want to get all the Kong letters, despite what I have said in the last episode. It's just a nice incentive to go for regardless. There's the O already. And I guess the rest shouldn't be too bad either. It's really just trying to dodge everything. Not much else I really have to do here. I can even do this with one hand if I really wanted to, because the other one is just completely unnecessary for this. But we're still gonna have both ready for whenever I have to. And I really like the transition you have as well with the background going on. I've mentioned this at the end of this level when I first played through it, but like the fact that you just transition into like this sort of dark thunderstorm here the further you progress is really nice. Like I think it just turns darker the further you progress, not just with the clouds moving further to the right, but I think there's also like a little darkness layer or whatever that just like covers most of the background here, which makes the theming or change even more dramatic. And I think you can even see the fog like coming in more strongly now. Yeah, especially with the water just like turning a bit whiter at some point. Whiter. Let's just do that. And that should be it for you. Let's not forget the G, and there we go. As easy as that. Might as well just like look out here in the ocean and just enjoy this view that you have here with the fog and everything that just like slowly comes into view. But I think I'm gonna leave it behind for now. Especially because I have to revisit this level not soon after this episode is over anyway, just before I forget about it. But that's that. Peaceful Pier taken care of as well. I think the next one is to the right. No, to the bottom. Cannon Cluster. Let's not forget to start in mirror mode this time though. And see what awaits us in here. Especially with all the cannonballs that are going to be spammed throughout this entire level. Might as well kill the lobsters here real quick. But yeah, this is gonna be fun. That's all I know. Just because of all the cannons that are scattered throughout. That was dumb. But I could just do it like that, actually. That's even more comfortable. That should do it for this part. Kind of misses coin here though. Okay, that was for nothing apparently. Let's just take care of you real quick and then continue onwards. There's the O actually. That was kind of a clean dodge, I have to say. These jellyfish are going to be a pain in time attack, that's all I know. Because there's no real way for you to dodge them besides just throwing a barrel at them, but there's only one way you can really do that. Let's do that. And just roll through this as quickly as possible. That was kind of a waste. Now let's worry about the last problem at hand, which shouldn't be too bad. As long as I can make it through here without any issues, which seems to be the case. Sure, I'll accept it. Not even gonna worry about the decay symbol here. Though I kind of neglected to mention the aesthetic here, but I guess it's fine, honestly, if I don't do it every single time. Though I guess it does give me something to talk about, or whatever. And we might actually be able to breeze through every single regular level that there is here, starting or continuing with Stormy Shore. Almost pressed A again on accident, without actually switching to mirror mode. But I managed to realize it pretty early, at least. Now let's see about this. With the giant kraken that you have going on in the background. I love how even this rock here looks like a giant kraken as well. Yeah, just this cave in general also looks really nice, I have to say. I guess just also the theme of atmosphere you have going on now. This seems like a hot spring actually, with all the steam going on here. But sure, let's just transition to the next problem at hand. Or actually just fall into the water, why not? That was awkward. I guess also the first death in this world. Guess it was more awkward in the first world anyway. Sure, I'll take this art actually, but this balloon. Let's do that. Not worry about the puzzle piece, obviously. I think I'm actually gonna have to be faster just because everything is gonna be smashed by one of the tentacles. I completely forgot that thing is solid actually. I very much did forget so. But at least dodging all these tentacles shouldn't be too bad. Just like that. Okay, but one thing I always found curious, or was curious about, is how this guy even got up here, because there's no real way the water would just go up this high around here. There is no way. There is no way that hit me, bro. Okay, that was just dumb. I should have expected that. That one is on me. Let's actually be a bit more careful now. Especially because I should know everything that there is in this level. Apparently not. Are these fish? Oh no, they might be hermit crabs. Whatever. This place is also covered very much in barnacles. Which might be a sad thing to see. But I guess it's just the usual whenever you see them. Let's worry about this. Especially this part. That was close. And now just the major last part, which is not actually the ocean yet. We still have to take care of this part. There we go. And even with the rain going on here now, which I kind of never really appreciated in my first playthrough. Okay, what is up with this sparkling jellyfish here? This seems suspicious. This feels like the same instance we had in World 1, where there was this flying flaming tiki that would also just give you 3 lives. Okay, but this one gives you 5 coins and a balloon, actually. Sure. That'll do it. Kind of nice. Because I don't think I actually got that in my initial playthrough here. So it's nice to get this now as well. But that's everything in this level completed. Not much else we have to worry about here. And I think I'm gonna do both the last level, or both the remaining levels that still await us here, before continuing with the K level and the boss in the next episode. Because I should be able to finish both of them in this episode. Both Blowhole Bound and Tidal Terror. And I really didn't want to skip this cutscene, but apparently I did. Let's just like speedrun through this part here, I suppose. As much as I can, at least. And save the whale again. And enjoy the wonderful remix of Aquatic Ambience. Why do I feel like this level is going to be the one that gives me the most struggles in this episode? Just because of how weird the movement is. Like the momentum in general. That might be the case. Okay, I'm just too messed up. I feel like I'm way too much into the speedrunning moment already. Despite it still taking a bit before I even get to this level to begin with. So I should definitely be a bit more cautious at least. Going forward. Let's see if I can perform better now. And actually enjoy it for once. Yeah, let me just duck here real quick. I said duck. Why did you peek your head out again? DK really is just a disappointment today. At least right now. Let's try it better this time. Does he wait for like a music cue or something? I feel like he might. And by he, I mean the whale, by the way. It's kind of weird how all the platforms are like slightly tipped down. Didn't even really realize that until now. But I guess it's so they're at least a little bit more visible. It still feels weird though. Especially when you see all the other placements like crates and whatnot. Whatever. Ooh. Yeah, the movement is really goofy here. I do not like it. Yeah, I think I might have to screw Tidal Terror then, honestly. Yeah, especially if I just keep dying for no reason. Or for the dumbest reasons, actually. I think I might just be over the line with this level here already. Especially if I still have to pre-pen every other speedrun level I did in the last episode. So I guess Blowhole Bound is where we leave it off for today. Unfortunately. I was really hoping I would also be able to finish Tidal Terror, but unfortunately not. I'll accept it though, I guess. Gives me some time to appreciate the background at least a little bit more though. To some extent at least. Like these clouds are moving fast though if you look at it. Whatever. Let's try to actually get the O as well. I should have probably killed the crab, actually. This level is really giving me so much more of a struggle than I was expecting it to. But I guess in general, it's really just the movement that screws me up so much. Well, the momentum you get from the movement. The whale specifically. Well, at least I can speedrun through this part. And that might also be a good incentive going into time attack with this. Sure. Guess I'll take that. The problem is I don't think I can dodge the electrified krakens here. I really just have to like jump over them as best as I can. Maybe this will do. Sure. Now I just have to be careful about the jellyfish again. Because I think this is also the place right before the checkpoint. Don't mess me up now, bro. Don't mess me up. Instead, give me the 20. Nice. Was actually not expecting that to work, and I even get one of my lives back. Which I so desperately need right now. Yeah, sure, I give up. I'm not even gonna worry about Tidal Terror now. Bruh. Let me at least get this life here every time, though. Let's try this better. That is actually very close with the jellyfish. But this will do. Hello there. Funny how you always like see the animals in the background in some of the levels. Just doing the most random things. Yeah, I like how many cliffs there are in the background actually. Let's just be a bit more careful now. And actually get the G. That should actually be the last thing we have to worry about. There it is. Sure. Those deaths were really unnecessary though, but I guess it's inevitable. Well, I guess I can get to time trial or time attack afterwards now. Which gives me more to prepend to the next episode. But man, I was not expecting to have such a struggle with this level, but I guess it happens. So I guess that only leaves Tidal Terror, the K level, and the boss before we can make our way to World 3 in the next episode. Until next time, see ya!